Jenny, how are you?
Pretty good today, actually. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you. I just got
Good.
back in town. It is Sunday, July 19th. If you're listening, it is on or after Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. This is season 7, episode 28.
And you're listening to Kissing Lips and Breaking Hearts with the Garden Tarts. Welcome.
Welcome. How have you been this week?
I mean, fine. This week has been some kind of weird, like Twilight Zone time warp. I There was some day a few days ago, and you were like, I don't know what we're going to talk about this week. And I'm like, we got a week. And it was like Thursday. And I'm like, no, we have like 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But we're recording at night and we can see your trying to point up to it. We can see your photo screen, your digital
Frame.
frame, digital frame. I couldn't find the word.
It'll still look good. It'll look better in the fall because it's still light outside.
Yeah. But hey, there's us.
Right by the window. Also, I thought it was awesome to have this behind me right here. I thought it would be cool to have the album of the year, except that with the lights the way they are, all you can see is my screen. So green on the horizon.
Screen on the horizon. I
Yeah.
know my you know, Hillary, but I've all of my pictures of you could see like the circle lights from the rest of the room. And in order to have light over me, those lights had to be on. And I've erected a sheet.
Yeah.
I
It
think I
looks
have
good.
found the lighting. And this is some fun rainbow action happening here that I'm not going to be mad about.
I really like that.
But I
Let's
wish
talk
this
about
stuff wasn't as blurry. But anyway, go ahead.
let's talk about that for a second. Because have you seen those videos of the Backstreet Boys at Sphere?
Like, what?
They're so good. The stuff that they have going on, like they're on an elevator that takes them like halfway up Sphere.
Really them or is it on the screen?
No, I think it's really them. I don't know. It's hard to tell what's real and what's on the screen. I
So
don't know.
here's like the beauty of U2 being first is that they got to do something that no one else had ever done.
Yeah,
And everything was new. But now I'm presuming other designers were like, well, what did U2 do and how can we build on that
right.
and
Because
make it
this is
even
better. I mean,
better?
not that U2 wasn't great. They were great,
It was
but
great.
they were the first ones, and now I think people have figured out how to use the space a little. Um,
Yeah, get like that depth, mess with that depth perception with the screen, and like they did with The Fly so well.
exactly. Yeah.
But they had like a marching army. I think like The Dead has done really cool stuff messing with your I don't know. I would rather have things mess with my depth perception than like the scrolling, even better than the real thing that made me sick.
So I read a little article that said there was someone who like had a seizure and they had to be taken to the ER and they never had seizures or anything like that before. And they get to the hospital and the doctor says we get like 7 or 8 people a week that have the same exact situation you have where they have never had a
Because of
seizure.
stuff it's because of
That's fear. Yep. This is 7 or 8 a week. And anyway,
my God.
like
Well, the
people that
people's
have had,
brains are freaking out. Their brains are like,
yeah,
we don't know
I
how to
get it.
process this.
I totally get it. And like when I watch like the video, like my video from my phone for even better than the reels, if I look at it too long, I start to feel that like
Yeah.
that
And I'm like, is
weirdness.
this just because I know what it feels like? Or
Yeah. But
I have
God.
I have to show you something really cute.
Okay.
It's getting off topic, but it's also on topic. Would you look at this little lemon espresso cup
Oh my God, it's so freaking cute.
that I put a little ice cube in and I put my limoncello in it
With the limoncello this week.
to go with my lemon. Look, it's unbanded.
It's so nice.
So in love with it.
I have a cute little lemon mouse pad.
You too. I
And
have I
limoncello.
we went to we'll tell you about why limoncello in a minute, but last summer we went to a wedding and the grooms make their own limoncello. So there was a little bottle on the table. It was your party favor.
Oh,
And I just emptied it into my little, this is from Walgreens. They had lemon ones and strawberry ones, and I don't have an espresso maker, but I had to have it.
say, where did you get it again?
Walgreens. That
Interesting.
place that you bought jeans once?
I know.
It
That
was
was
like
a
in the little
lifetime ago.
Easter section or something. Like it was like Easter re-gifts or something. Oh my God, it was so funny. So everyone got a little bottle. We have like, there are two of us in attendance and we have three. We came with three, but oh my gosh, it was my husband's coworkers. And one of his coworkers was just like emptying tables in her.
Oh my gosh.
Like, those are people's gifts.
Yeah.
I was like, there's some, I would cross a line or two, but 15
No, no.
was excessive.
Well, cheers.
There's,
Lahai,
so Bono was,
salute, and all the things.
salute to lemon. What do they say in Italy? Mm.
Oh my God, that's good.
This is really good too.
What is it? It's something limoncello liqueur.
Oh, yes. So Bono was on a episode. What is it? Was it called The Last Table?
What's it called? I can find out. Ruthie's Table.
Ruthie's Table. Oh, that's way better than The Last Table. So it sounds like Ruthie is a chef, maybe in France.
In Brooklyn.
Oh, she's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I missed that.
I looked up her restaurant. That's why
Gotcha.
I
Well,
wouldn't
but
know.
she's friends with one of Bono's daughters and hosts people, celebrities on her podcast. And Giovanna was supposed to be talking about the book and the movie, film, opera on Apple. But they didn't. They talked about food and uh eating. Like it was so good.
It was really interesting because I don't know. I don't think about Bono eating.
I know, other than the stories he tells about
Yeah,
airline food,
yeah.
but they talked about limoncello, and Hillary's like, I totally bought limoncello
I
to
like literally at the minute that
drink on the pod.
I showed her, and then he read a recipe for puttanesca, which is like my dad's favorite thing at our local Italian restaurant. It's not even on the menu. He orders it
Yeah,
off menu, which I don't know. I don't have the guts to do that very often, but he does it, and they always make it for him. And he's always said that it means like a prostitute at
huh.
puttanesca, and Bono confirmed that, a working woman. He confirmed that. So my dad's story checks out. But then it was so interesting to hear him read this recipe because we have always joked about being okay with hearing him read like the phone book. Like it's that's good. And reading this recipe was kind of like
It was
like
great.
I have three things to say: puttanesca, limoncello, and reading the phone book.
Perfect. We're done. Good night. So, but it's really, really great. I recommend looking it up. It's, you can tell he's having a conversation with a friend, someone that knows him well, and it's just a really lighthearted bullet point, talking points conversation, other than some stories from his book, but it's tons of fun. It's tons of
Yeah,
fun.
it really is. It was a good listen. And just, also, we could be Bono's friends. He can come here and talk. We'll let him read the phone. There aren't phone books anymore, but he can read.
Sure, you can find them some at the library.
I don't know, but he can, read. I don't care. Come on here and read a recipe or whatever. But we're
We'll
we're
find some.
friends, and you should come on
Yeah,
our pod.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm loving this because you can see the pictures now.
It's nice.
They're all Bono, and I took them all. That's the other thing.
And us, there are some of us.
Yeah.
I see that guy. So we were talking last week, and this guy fell. And I said I would show off the Funko that my husband got me, the Bono one. First of all, Garden Tart Amanda saw this, and she works at a museum, and she instantly said I needed to get this museum wax made by Quakehold, and I highly recommend it. He's still sticking up with something, but this guy always falls. See how he's leaning? Look, isn't he so cute?
He's so
Here's the
cute.
reference photo. Ready? This is the kicker right here. They're
Look
matchy.
at that.
So that's
Aw,
why he's leaning, because he's leaning. But I mean, his hair looks good,
looks really good.
but he's always falling, because he's got this lean on. So this wax stuff really worked. But yeah, someone took that. So that's my hand. Hillary's next to me. That's in Dublin. And we screen capped that from some video someone sent us. And then this was like a
Bless that woman for taking
birthday
video.
present. Bless her heart, because man, that was a moment. It was your birthday.
It was my birthday. Yep, yep, yep.
And
Look at us. That's us in Dublin.
that is us in
We
Dublin.
were very different people there.
It's a little blurry for me right now, so I'll see it
Yeah,
when I'm editing, because it comes through clear when I'm editing.
yeah. So our topic this week is what everyone's topic is, because it's all anyone's been able to talk about this week, is Coldplay. What a way to bring the world together.
I mean, we're we're so divided. Everyone's yelling, everyone's mad at each other, and for I want to say a solid 24 hours,
You know,
the internet agreed that this was fucking hilarious.
absolutely. It made people smart because these comments are like gold. I mean, I'm
Witty as can be. The
so funny.
memes,
The memes, it's just, I feel like the world needed this. And those people, they didn't, but don't go somewhere where there are 30,000 people when you want to conduct a
don't
secret
act
affair.
guilty.
No, no one would have
No
ever
one would have known. I
shared
mean,
that
maybe it would
video.
have, like, someone would have seen, who knows, but not on this level.
No, no, no one would have shared that if they just acted normal.
And Chris Martin wouldn't have said anything. Like,
No, Chris Martin. Oh my God, he's been great about it. I think he said it in a an Instagram post or something. He said
yeah.
that they're gonna have a section that's for people having affairs, and it's no camera, like no allowed. If you want to go there, then you're free to conduct your business
And
there.
CEO fucking dude put out some statement blaming Coldplay for, like, invading his privacy or something. I forget the verbiage, but Chris Martin literally announced
Yeah.
that they were going to be putting people on this. There was an announcement. Plus,
Well, I don't think he today or last night in Wisconsin he started announcing. Like he said,
I mean, I saw something days ago
"Oh,
that said
really?"
he announced it, and maybe it was from a show after. I don't know, but
Yeah.
um, I
Well,
either way,
last night in
have you?
Wisconsin, he said that they had a camera and they were going to be showing pictures of some people, and if you didn't have your makeup on, get your makeup ready, like now. But I don't think it was really makeup he meant. I think it was a euphemism.
Yes,
Yeah.
one of my favorite things that the internet was saying was Coldplay hasn't released any singles in years. Tonight they released two.
Okay, so our friend and Jeopardy champ for Linda posted a thing saying that someone should have known better, as you should as a CEO, and that it hits like a rush of blood to the head, which is, I thought, genius. And then
Genius.
my reply to her was, he used to rule the world, seas would rise when he gave the word. Now in the morning he sleeps alone, sweeps the streets he used to own. That was my reply. So
It's like it
yes,
was written for this moment.
I know, right? You gotta be a little bit of a Coldplay fan to get that, but it's
They're pretty big lyrics.
oh yeah, yeah. I think they are. But
I feel like if you've listened to the radio in the last 10 years, you'll
yeah.
get
Um
those.
it's just been fun. I just have enjoyed just scrolling for days now. And thank you, CEO and HR woman, for providing I'm sorry for your spouses, but thank you for providing us with so
Right.
much entertainment.
And and act like you fit in, folks. If you don't want to get caught, don't act guilty.
No, if you can't do the time, don't commit the crime.
Do the crime.
Yeah.
Well, it's too bad this was his company because he's now resigned and whatever. I'm loving my little. This is the
So
first time I've
cute.
used it for anything.
I need to go get one.
I don't think they still have them. When I got it a few weeks ago and it was like on super sale. Like it had been around for all of spring and the
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
summer. If I happen to see them again, I'll get you one, but
Okay.
I haven't noticed them recently.
I don't ever go to Walgreens. The one near me closed, and the other
It's our
one is
go-to.
at a complicated intersection.
That's that's stupid. It's our go-to for all quick things. So plus it's our pharmacist. So there we go. Um, I guess speaking of Coldplay,
Yeah. So I started thinking, like, when we decided, firstly, also, this, my brother said, of course, you're going to talk about Coldplay. And I'm like, I don't have anything. He's like, Coldplay, of course. I'm like, yeah, of
I guess
course.
not a bad thing. I will. I'll, right. I think the show was maybe just a show before my husband and one of my daughters went to see him. Said him, them.
Our friend Tony was at that show. At
He
the,
was.
yeah, in Boston.
And U2 fan extraordinaire, Mayor of Spheretown, Sherry Lawrence was there with her husband and their kid. And her husband's footage is one of the ones that's picked up, syndicated nationwide. Like
Amazing.
if you see the video that's from behind Chris Martin, so you can see Chris Martin's back and then the Jumbotron in front, that's like Steve's video. It's a small
Yeah,
world.
that's amazing. What a
Yeah,
small world when you're
a
musical.
U2 fan.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
uh,
So, no, go ahead. What were you?
I was gonna say the Coldplay U2 crossover.
Yes. Back in 2014, December 1st, U2 was supposed to play at a Red concert at Times Square. And they were supposed, that was the same week they were doing a week-long residency on Jimmy Fallon, but it also was the week that Bono had his bike accident. So the article that I read actually was written back then by our Andy Green for Rolling Stone. And he said that, well, they went on and they were billed as U2 minus one because Bono wasn't there. This was like a surprise concert. Like they didn't announce it to anybody until like 5 hours before the event.
Yeah, remember it was World AIDS Day,
Yeah.
so that's why Red was having that big event. But yeah, they walked out, and I don't know what kind of announcement there was, but Chris Martin walks out with them.
Yeah. So what Andy said was that he said no one says no to Bono, especially an injured Bono. So that's how that went down. And Chris Martin walked out wearing a shirt that said substitute.
It said substitute U2. So it said substitute T, and then it said U2, substitute 2.
Okay.
So instead of that ending with TE, it ended with T2,
Yeah. Okay.
which you can't see till he takes his jacket off.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Anyway, I just watched it.
Yeah, I did too, but for some reason I didn't notice that. But anyway, he said, Chris Martin said, dreams come true for young people and old alike. Like he seemed so giddy. The rest of the band seemed a little nervous. Like
Yeah,
Edge
I don't
seemed a
blame
little
him.
nervous, and he doesn't usually look nervous. He usually holds. But Chris Martin was like on and giddy. He did Beautiful Day and With or Without You. And he he did Bono proud, I'm sure.
Yeah, he did great.
He did really
He
great.
did great. I mean, he wasn't Bono, but he obviously follows in Bono's footsteps
He does. And
as an
his,
artist anyway. So
yeah,
he was a great substitute.
he was a great substitute. And he is a showman. And
Mm.
so he lent his, showmanship lent very well to being a Bono substitute. He also like read the lyrics off the ground, like he was staring at them, like. But that's not to say they weren't already there for Bono. So
Right. But also, like, if you're nervous, I mean, yeah.
yeah,
I was like, doesn't he know this? But also, nerves are a terrible thing.
yeah.
Did Bruce play that night too with them?
Bruce did, and so did Carrie Underwood.
Oh, I don't remember Carrie Underwood. Yeah.
I don't remember what she sang, and I didn't look it up, but Bruce Springsteen did Sylvan found what I'm looking for, which
Of
he's
course.
comfortable with that. What I thought was interesting with Bruce Springsteen though is he just was like part of the band. Like it wasn't as big of a jump for him to be there as it was for like Chris Martin or Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Martin obviously is in a band too, but Bruce Springsteen's, in this like what is it
Giant.
called? I can't think of the word. He's in a jam band, so it seems like he's more comfortable in that
Right.
scenario. I mean, he goes on every
And
night.
he's been on stage and played with them
Yeah,
before.
but
Yeah.
he's like, he doesn't. He goes on not knowing what they're gonna play that night because people hold up signs and he takes the signs. So
Right.
he doesn't know. He's got to be ready for anything. So
Right.
that was kind
Comfortable
of,
under pressure. Yeah.
yeah, that was really cool. Anyway, what a surprising night, though. Like, I think we were just all in shock that Bono was hurt.
I know.
Poor guy.
And then what happened with Jimmy Fallon? Did they push it off?
They
They
just
had to have.
canceled it.
But then when did they do? They did a week with someone once,
I think they David Letterman.
like for like an album release or something.
Yeah, I think that was maybe No Line. Because
Maybe.
they did like the top 10, which was
Right.
really funny. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Oh
really,
yeah.
really, really funny.
It's one of the best top 10 moments ever.
Yeah. And at least in U2 comedy. There's not a ton of that. So anyway, watch those videos. It's really interesting, and it's I don't know. I mean, like I don't think U2 or U2 without all four, but I think it
Yeah.
lends better to having Larry not there than Bono not there because Larry, these are his drumsticks. Sorry, I can't stop looking at this. Like
Yeah.
it's like my rearview mirror or something. It's
You're
weird.
like, what's happening back there?
Yeah.
Hey, that's us.
Yeah. No, I have another music related little bit to talk about on HBO Max, whatever, is a Billy Joel documentary. I think it's in 4 parts, and the first part came out on Friday. And it's really, really interesting. It's like Billy Joel had certainly paid his dues before he made it big.
Yeah. I don't know
He was
anything about
no
him.
overnight,
Right.
success. And I also started thinking about his lyrics, and like a lot of U2 lyrics, there's a little bit of ambiguity. Like you don't know if it's about Northern Ireland or about God or about Ali or all of those things together.
One of the
Sometimes,
three, but
right. It's definitely one of the three. But
most likely, yeah.
Billy Joel, he sings about a piano man, and it's literally about his job when he was at a piano bar.
Right.
Um, he sings The Entertainer. It is literally about his making his second album, or making the
Interesting.
piano.
Yeah.
He talks about how if you want to hit, they you got to make it quick, so they cut it down to 305 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
It's super literal, and I just thought that was interesting.
Interesting.
He's not a balladeer. That's it. He's a great singer songwriter, but like what he sings about is just that. There's no imagining what his songs are about. It's a really, really well made documentary. Paul McCartney talks about him. Springsteen talks about him, and it was funny because I was out of town for the weekend, and I was in a hotel. My parents were in the same hotel, but another room. And I was driving to dinner last night, and my dad was like, "I saw a really good documentary last night." I'm like, "Really?" And he was like, "Billy Joel." And
You're
I'm
like,
like, "Oh
what?
my God, like how is that doesn't happen?" Like if they watch,
There's a lot of stuff on TV for you both to
yeah,
pick the same.
right.
Yeah.
Anyway, highly, highly recommend that documentary. I mean, I
Okay.
only saw the first part, but it's very well made. And
Look into it.
yeah.
Have you watched any more of the Live Aid stuff?
No, because the second episode I watched the first the episode of Live Aid documentary on CNN and
Hmm.
BBC. And something that I don't think I knew, but that the English government was charging value added tax to the sales of Do They Know It's Christmas? So they were making like a shit ton of money off of these sales from a charity album. And so Bob Geldof had this opportunity to he was just in a crowd for an event or something, and
Yeah.
Margaret Thatcher came in. And he had it all prepared. Like he was gonna say to Margaret Thatcher this and that and whatever. And he started to, and then she was like, we send aid to Africa and you haven't done your homework and all this stuff. And he was just like, and she walked away, and he was like, I had my chance and I just lost it. Like
Yeah.
it really sucked though. Like how she handled that was like, and she said something like, what? Oh, he says, like he compared it to like a tea tax or something like that. And she's like, Africa doesn't need tea or whatever. They need grain. Like you need to do your research. And anyway, apparently like he made a big deal of it. A couple weeks later, he got a call from someone in her administration who said the government is going to make a donation of whatever exactly what the VAT tax was to
Good.
the organization. So it worked out, but
Yeah.
he
It sounds
had
like
to
she was being
stand.
defensive,
Yeah.
but
But like
she did actually listen to him, I guess.
yeah, certainly understand this because how often do you have something you're ready to say to someone and they just walk by and like you're like,
And it was like your one chance in a decade.
yeah, and
I
it
will
just
not have a chance to talk to that person again in a decade. And you'll still have the same thing to say.
right. But I mean, it's kind of, I talk about this so often because it's kind of unlike me, but like when we were in New York, I like pulled it back in, I reined it back in somehow.
Man, you were spot on.
That's not me. Like I'm usually like this, like I don't say anything. And I was just
And
like, yeah,
I
this
try
is
and
our
get shit out,
opportunity.
but this time I couldn't get it out. Speaking of that moment, that was after Bono was on the Colbert Show, which makes me very sad and very angry.
And I mean, I
Not
hate,
Bono on the Colbert Show. That was great.
yeah, I hate that I have to do this, but censoring the press, we're still knocking on the doors of Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
that I have to do that. Every time I say it, I hate it. I always vowed that I would not compare anything to Nazi Germany unless you're killing millions of people. But this is
But
a direct comparison.
right, but there is a timeline before the killing of millions of people, and we're on it. You said something in a text earlier today about Handmaid's Tale, and you were like, remember they show like the before times, and people are like, what the fuck's happening? You know, like they're still trying to go on with their daily lives, but they don't understand why like the women need they're like so mad they can't get their birth control because they need their a man's signature or like a bank account. And it's like, what? And you were like, are we there? And I'm like, we have to treat it like we are.
Yeah.
We can't assume this is fiction.
Just like I was sitting in my hotel room this morning and I'm like, this has been a pretty good week. I mean, fairly good weekend, good food and I got, I slept well and I was just sitting there like, this is, just normal living because I felt like, for me at least, I haven't had that, I haven't had that in a while. And that just this morning, and then I started thinking of Handmaid's Tale. And I'm like, they had moments like this too. And
I I have a friend who, it's a relatively new friend in my life. But she was asked me, she's like, should I watched the beginning of Handmaid's Tale. It's been forever. I'm scared to watch it because I can't remember where she met her wife, and then they started a family in another country, and they ended up having to flee. This woman is American, but her wife and kids are not. They fled that country because of authoritarianism. They had to flee for their own safety and to keep their kids safe. And they came here, but so she was there and watched that whole thing happen and like ran for their lives. And now she's here watching this, living this. And she's like, I don't know if watching Handmaid's Tale is going to be scary or if it's going to be validating or if it's going to feel kind of like weird comfort watching because I understand it. Turns out it was all the things. But she made the comment that Handmaid's Tale does a great job of showing just how mundane the whole thing is.
yeah,
Like you're living your life, you're making your kids lunch, blah, blah, you turn on the news, it's crazy, but you still got to go to work and change is slow and stuff is boring, but people are being, you know, thrown into fucking concentration internment camps, but you still got to go to work and you still got to make your kids lunch. Like she thought that Handmaid's Tale did a really good job of showing how boring the fight can be.
right.
I thought was interesting, but
Yeah, well, talk about the sign you saw this weekend.
yeah, that's the first time it's hit home here. Hey, there's when Bono, we got him to wave at us.
Yeah.
I love that picture. We were driving, so I'm in Cuyahoga County in Ohio, which is a lovely blue bubble, especially in the city of Cleveland. We, our voter turnout is shit, but we vote Democratic. And we're surrounded by Trump counties. And we were driving to my brother-in-law's. We are having to go through, he probably lives in Trump country. And there was a sign of one of the freeways. There was two men holding it up, a huge sign that it said deport the Jews, no war with Israel, I think.
No wars
And
for Israel. No.
no wars for Israel. Yeah. Because I said I was so mad I didn't get a picture, but my husband and I like were in the front seat and we're just like, what is, because you see pictures of signs all over the place and it's all like pro the good guys.
Yeah.
And and like my husband, he laid on the horn so hard. Like he's like, I hope that came off angry and not in support. Cause you know it,
Yeah.
because usually you're like, he's like, if it was support, it would have been like, but it was, "Argh."
Yeah.
It's the first time anything's been thrown in my face. And I count myself lucky for making it this long. But holy fuck.
That
I
is
wanted to
just
cry
terrible.
and vomit all at once. And then this morning, there's a nice big group up here that organizes bridge brigades, like putting signs up on bridges in support of the resistance. And they posted something. This sign made the news. I guess they had been out before. This wasn't the first time. And it was in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, is where the bridge was. And they're planning a counter protest. It was actually supposed to be today. I wonder where they ended up going or what they ended up doing. But clearly we were not the only people that saw it. It was
Right.
they had quite a large audience, which is what they wanted, of course, but holy fuck.
So scary.
Yeah, it's way, 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 way too close. I did not like it.
No.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't believe we live in these times.
I know my kids were like, you should have called 911. You should have called the cops. You know, it's hate speech. I'm like, hate speech it's freedom of speech. You get to say those things. They're like, why? They're threatening people. I'm like, they're threatening with their words. They're not. If people were in imminent danger, then like the threat of like physical terrorism is there, then you can call. But when people can say whatever they want, and you got to let them say what you want because you want to say what you want,
Right.
but you really just don't want people to feel that.
So I think, well, I have one little thing to add, not that, but speaking of deporting people, the sheriff of my city made a statement saying he would not honor ICE directives, which
Good.
none of the other cities around me have done that. Like Virginia Beach is like welcoming ICE in. Like it's bad.
Cincinnati police were helping them over the weekend, fucking beating people up. And I'm sorry, but there was women on women. There were women, two female police officers, like throwing another woman to the ground to handcuff her. I was like, what is happening? That's worse than the worst.
It's really, really bad. But I'm very proud of my sheriff. Like, I mean, he's not following the leader on this one. He's
Yeah,
doing what
lots of
needs to be done.
cities.
But so I
Yeah.
think the moral of this story is check on your friends and make sure they're all right. If you see something, like we say this constantly, but if you see something, say something. And it's not, I know it's sad that you can't like always rely on the police. I feel like where I live, I can do that. But
But
I mean,
if you can,
check on your Jewish friends, on your Latino friends, anybody that just be there for each other because it's just scary times.
and try and do something that allows you to feel useful and helpful. And maybe it is calling a friend. That's great. Checking on someone's mental health. Maybe it's, volunteering at a food bank. Maybe it's if there's a refugee or an asylum organization in your area that's helping people, who look Latino run errands. I just learned of an organization up here who's literally like one of the biggest ways people are getting like arrested is being pulled pro driving while brown.
Right.
And this organization will literally just give families rides places so that they're not one of the drivers, or they'll go pick up diaper stuff that means the world. I have two new neighbors on each side, both young families. I took them all cookies because I
Oh
want them to know that this neighborhood welcomes them. Look, the limoncello and my anger made me all red. Okay. So that's great. I've decided to take the leap to run for school board. I haven't told you?
no,
What?
you've not told me.
I'm running for school board.
Oh my God. That is so crazy.
I'm going to be on the ballot. And
Oh
my
my God.
nearly 18-year-old daughter will be able to vote for me. So right now I'm collecting signatures to get on the ballot. I want to turn them in before the end of this month. They're due by August 6th. But I'm working on that. I have to get 75 and I'm almost at that. I'm like at 60 some, but I'm trying to shoot for closer to 200 just because who the fuck knows.
Oh my gosh.
I
You,
can't believe I didn't tell
you didn't
you.
tell me?
I
I
mean, I
couldn't have
haven't brought,
forgotten that.
so I like had kind of made the decision, and I talked to a friend of mine who, this was like Tuesday, so almost a week ago, and she is finishing up her term on the school board and not running again. So I talked to her, and we talked through it. She's like, "No, I really think you should go for it. This sounds right for you. No matter what, go to the board of elections today, get the petitions, and start collecting signatures. That way, when you do decide, you're ahead of the game, and you're not like rushing that last week for signatures." I was like, okay. So I got it, and I had the petitions in hand. The next day, I was like, I just want to meet with this other school board member before I make any decisions. But then that got delayed another 2 days, and blah blah blah. But then I started collecting some and I'm like, you know what? I made this decision. Why am I holding off on
Right.
just ripping off the band-aid? So I guess now you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's really big. I'm sorry.
That's
That was not
really exciting.
That was not an intentional. It's just also kind of scary to say.
Yeah, I get that.
But I am. I'm a new fiscal bird.
Awesome. Yeah.
Remember when this was going to be a mini app?
Yeah. I hope that there's not anything that can't imagine there's anything that we've said that
I
would come
can't.
up.
Can't imagine there's anything we said that I wouldn't be like, yep,
Yeah.
I totally said that.
On the next episode of the Garden Tarts, what do you think's gonna happen?
Are Bono and Buster taking another class?
No, they're going to see Coldplay.
Of course are going to see Coldplay. Oh my god. Of course. That's way too obvious. I was not there.
A little Bono.
It's almost the right size. Okay, friends.
Okay,
Drink your limoncello.
this is really, really good. Like, I want to put it in Sprite or something and make like a spritzer.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone,
Oh,
your
and
homework.
limoncello LaCroix.
Literally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, take the limoncello LaCroix and add limoncello to it.
Right. And
That's
then
my
it won't taste like chapstick as much.
favorite.
Chris says, I think that one tastes like chapstick. And I said, I guess I like to eat chapstick.
Well,
Because he's kind of right.
if this is my thing with like I don't love ice. I would rather drink something at room temperature than
Yeah.
for it to have ice in it. It just waters down and like I don't know, I'm really sensitive to the taste of ice. Sometimes it tastes like what's already in your refrigerator or whatever, and it
Yeah.
just grosses me out. I don't like it. LaCroix has got to be cold because if you drink that at room temperature, it tastes like cardboard. It doesn't matter what flavor you have, it's just cardboard. Maybe it's somewhat like chapstick, but cardboard.
So yeah, I was going to say one other thing. Oh, homework. Homework for this week is to find one thing that feels good to you and someone else.
That's a good one.
Like whether it's taking the neighbor's cookies, whether it's take a coworker a coffee or write a letter to your senator. I don't know. Do something good for the world that also feels good to you
Okay.
because
That's not really.
that's part of the resistance. To be kind to others. Just call your mom. Call your mom. See what she's doing.
Uh,
My mom calls me all the time.
yeah.
Okay, Crow. Well, until next week. Don't get caught cheating.
Concerts are public places.
Have
You
you
know how like
ever, anytime you go into a concert, I bet you if you paid attention, there is always a sign. It's probably
yes.
on the ticket. Well, we don't have hard tickets.
Right.
When you purchase a concert ticket, you were signing a disclaimer that you were being filmed.
Yeah. But you know how like we go to this is not a great comparison, but we go to a U2 concert and like we get that like even once we get to our spot, we get that like nervous like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Because there's something there's one little thing at every concert that is a memory.
Right.
And like what's that gonna be? Is it gonna like what's gonna happen? This is gonna be so exciting.
Right.
So I think it's so funny because like what were people thinking their moment was going to be at that concert? Like, I'm
Not
sure our friend Tony was like, oh, it's going to be bonding with my kids or whatever. And like,
right.
no.
Nope. It's a cheating couple.
Anyway, go watch the Coldplay videos and memes and don't get
Try
Coldplayed.
it.
That
Don't get cold played. That's
don't get Coldplayed. The
a new
other two,
adjective.
hold on, what were they? The other two that I liked were
They were so good.
Snapchat. That's word now.
What
When
was it?
someone snaps a picture that ruins your life, you got Snapchat.
Snapchat.
And then the other one is this one was just, gee, what a smart person come up with this. Clandescogram. So it's like, yeah. So like when your secret moment gets posted on Instagram. I thought that
Instagram.
was a good one too. So don't get Coldplayed.
The audacity. But I hope they were out of town And they weren't at like some local show, assuming no one would see them.
I don't know. That makes it even worse.
Like, I kind of like the memes that are like, that the day you found out that your husband likes Coldplay. Or something.
I saw someone post a thing saying it could be worse. You could find out that your husband was with his mistress at a Nickelback show.
It's true. Could be worse.
Genius. Just there's smart people in the world. Just when you think there's no one smart out there, shit like this happens.
This is what the internet's made for. This
Yep.
and cat videos. This is it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, this is the best thing to happen to memes since Bernie Sanders wore mittens.
Oh, 1,000%. That was a good call. That was a good call. Yeah. You need to post that on Facebook so it's trademarked to you if you haven't already. You did? Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's in your memories, but that way it's like yours.
Yeah.
Like, I do like the picture that's like the CEO destructors or whatever. Like there's the killer whales and there's Luigi and there's the submarine. And then now there's Coldplay or Chris Martin. Like, if you're a CEO, stay away from these things. Ruin your life. Okay, y'all. Well, have a good week.
Have a very good week. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week.
Yeah. And we'll hear about Bono and Buster's Coldplay experience. Okay, y'all.
Okay. Bye. We'll be back next week with more U2-ish content.
In the meantime, keep chatting with us on social media at _Garden Tarts.
Sign up for our newsletter at thegardentarts.com and share with your YouTube friends.
You can support us on Patreon, buy me a coffee, and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Kissing Lips and Breaking Hearts, a U2-ish podcast with the Garden Tarts, is created, produced, and edited by us, the Garden Tarts.
Intro and outro music by December.
See you next week.